Welcome to what I believe is part 4 of my summer 2023 makeup collection series. There'll be a little bit of decluttering, but not much. In this part, I'm going to be tackling my highlighters. I have 68 total. That includes powders, creams, liquids. I don't have a ton of cream and liquids. Most of my collection is powder highlighters. I'm going to film this one the same way that I did the bronzer one. The way that I have been doing my collection videos, if you guys have been keeping up with them, is I film over the drawer. And when I do that, I have to use the front facing camera, which is the same camera that I'm using now, the one that I have to use whenever I'm doing my makeup videos. But when I'm filming over the drawer, it doesn't autofocus. The video can be a little bit grainier, it can be not quite as clear. The front facing camera is really good, and that one autofocuses. So I figured out a way that I could set it up using my tripod and like the natural lighting and everything, and using the front facing camera so that it does look a lot better, a lot clearer. You can like see the details and everything. So definitely let me know if you like it set up this way. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump into this video. Let me show you what the highlighter drawers are currently looking like right now. We have two. This is the top drawer. All of these are pretty much powder highlighters. The second drawer is a combination of powder, liquid, creams, and then over here are my bronzers. I already did this part. I will drop the link to that video down below in my description box. I will also drop the link to my entire makeup collection playlist. I have an entire playlist for videos like this if you guys like to watch that type of thing. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and empty the drawers. I'm going to take everything out. We will move to the table. I'll show you everything that is currently in my collection, and then we'll come back, reorganize the drawers, and I'll show you what the after is looking like. The way that I'm going to do this is I'm just going to kind of show you everything that's in the collection. And then as we go along, if there's anything that I'm going to be decluttering or anything that I'm going to be pulling for my archives, I'll just let you know. Let's start off with my ColourPop highlighters first. Let's start with this stack. This was part of the designer collection from Disney, and then we will move on to everything else. The first one is Andalasia. This one is the shade for Giselle. It's just a really pretty kind of a peachy, bronzy glow. I'm not going to swatch everything. If I see anything particular that I want to swatch, then I'll show you that. The next one is Big Tough Girl. This one is Meg, and Meg is from Hercules. This one has a really pretty purpley shift. It's so pretty. This one I think I am going to go ahead and swatch and show you guys. That is what that one is looking like. This one is just so freaking pretty. This next one is Horse and Carriage. This is Cinderella's shade. This one has a really pretty blue shift to it. Like you look at it in the pan, it looks like it's kind of a champagne gold, but it actually has a blue shift. Let's see if we can see that on camera. I don't know if you're seeing that, but it has like a really kind of an icy blue. It's really, really freaking pretty on the cheeks. I don't use the Disney ones very often, but I use them often enough that I'm going to keep them in my collection. I'm not going to pull them from my archives. And then the last one is Sleeping Beauty. This one is Coronation. This is just a really pretty kind of a rosy champagne gold. Now for the villains, and these are all Super Shock highlighters. The first one is Dr. Facilier, Meet Me on the Other Side. So pretty. I love the Super Shock highlighter formulas from ColourPop. Then we have Hades. This one has, I think it's just a regular champagne. I don't think this one has a shift. These still feel so freaking creamy. Does this one have a blue shift to it? No, it's just a champagne. The next one is Hades. Everybody Has a Weakness. This one has kind of a purple pink shift. Let's see if we can get that in a swatch. And these are still so freaking creamy. Let's see. Yeah. So pretty. Then we have Ursula, Poor Unfortunate Souls. This one is a really pretty bright purple on the cheeks. Oh, so gorgeous. Evil Queen, Fairest of All. Corella, You Idiots, You Fools, You Imbeciles. Oh, this one is so freaking pretty. I love the highlighters in this particular collection. And considering the fact that I've had them for a while, they're still so super, super creamy. Like, wow. And the last one is Maleficent, Mistress of All Evil. You can see I've kind of dug into this one quite a bit. This one is one of those shimmering body powders. So this one you can use for the face and the body. This one is called Find the Book. the shimmering body powder. This one was part of the latest Hocus Pocus collection. I don't usually get the big highlighters like this because, you know, they're pretty honking and you're never going to pan these. But this one has a really pretty green shift. Just really thought that was so stunning. I mean, look at that. Not something that I would use in the everyday, obviously, but this would be pretty for like Halloween looks, special occasion looks, even pulling it out for St. Patrick's Day. It is just so pretty. Then we have my two Super Shock highlighters. This one, it was from the Tinkerbell collection. It is upside down. The shade is in Happy Thoughts. Very pretty. And then this one is, I think this is Lunch Money. Yeah. Lunch Money. This is one of the ones that I heard so much about and finally decided to go ahead and pick it up in a ColourPop haul. It's really, really pretty, very sparkly, super, super creamy formula, just very soft and bouncy. And look at that. So pretty. Let's move on to the ones from AOA Studio next. These three are just like shimmering body powders. I don't really use these very often. I don't think I've actually used them at all, but they're really, really pretty. And you can use these on the face, on the body. They're really pretty, like special occasion, you know, little sparklies if you want to add a little bit of a touch to your look. I'll go ahead and swatch these real quick just so you can see what they look like. This first shade is Perfect, kind of like a cat purring. Right there. And then we have Ice Queen. These are also like a little bit powdery, so you really have to work to like blend them out. I'm not sure what the last one is. The little tag came off, but this one is just a purpley highlighter. All three of these are really, really pretty. These three are the Glow Within Illuminating Powders. This first one is Kawaii. It's a really pretty kind of a purple with some blue flecks in it. You don't really get the blue that much when you put it on, but it is really pretty. Then we have Wish on a Star and Do No Harm. These two are the Everglow highlighters. We have Magic Hour. I love the flower embossing of these. And then this one is Morning Star. My last one from AOA Studio, this is one of the Glow Baby liquid highlighters. This one is in Golden Rose. The Glow Baby highlighters are so pretty. There are 5 altogether. Currently, this is the only one that I have. I've thought about picking up some more. This one just has such a pretty, just healthy, glossy kind of glow to the skin. It's so freaking pretty. This next set is from Kiko Milano. This one is from the Powerful Love collection. This is Shiny Amulet. This one I am going to declutter. I was really disappointed in this one. On the website, it just looked like it was going to be this really pretty shiny shift. But in person, it is so flat. You have all these different shades in here. Like you think it's going to be like a multi-prismatic highlighter, but it's the flattest, dullest, most boring highlighter I have ever used in my life. I tried to use it as like an under eye setting powder. It doesn't work for that either. So this one I am going to declutter. This one is the Unexpected Paradise highlighter in, what is this, Golden River? Yes, Golden River. This one is so freaking pretty. Still smells like coconut as well. This one is from the Festival Glow collection. It's actually a blush, but it's so super glowy that I decided to try to use it as a highlighter. I mean, you can see right there. This has a lot of glow to it. Like, you don't really see much pigment. It just works better as a glowy highlighter or a blush topper. This one, I think, was one of the first highlighters I ever got from Kiko Milano. It's the Holiday Fable Divine Glow Highlighter in Enigmatic Bronze. I think this is from 2021. Love that embossing. This one was from their Fruit collection, the Fruit Explosion. This was summer 2021, I think. And this shade is in Coral Sunset. This one has a really soft, creamy feel to it. You see it has little, I think these are raspberries, either raspberries or strawberries. I'm not exactly sure. But this one is just super shiny. Love the way that looks in the skin. And then this last one, this is from the Dolce Diva collection. This is one of the cushion highlighters, if we can get it to focus. Glam Cushion in 03. It's funny because you have like e.l.f. and Charlotte Tilbury and all these brands doing these like cushions. This came out, I think, 3 years ago. So this has been out for a while. Still super shiny, still super glowy. Just leaves a very healthy bronzy glow to the skin. Let's do our Nomad highlighters next. This first one is Ko Fa Gun Moonlight. I hope I am saying that correctly. The only thing I don't like about the Nomad ones are the fact that they come in these giant boxes, so they're a little bit bulky, but the formula is really pretty. This one has a purplish glow to the skin. Around the World, this one is Positano Sunrise. Probably butchering these names, but this one just has a really pretty kind of a coral red almost. Formula is still so super nice. This one works more as like a blush topper. It has a really pretty kind of a pinky glow, if you can see it there. So pretty. This one is Stockholm Midnight Sun. It's going to be your pretty basic champagne gold. And then this last one is Sydney Bathers Balmoral Beach. This one has kind of a rose gold glow to it. This next set, these are my Kimchi Chick highlighters. These are some of my favorites. This first one was from the Kimchi Trixie Mattel collaboration. Two of my favorite queens in the whole world. I was so excited to finally see them collaborate. This one is Double Diamonds. This one is so sparkly. This one has kind of a pink to purple, and this one has a little bit of a icy blue shift on the skin. Oh my word, these are gorgeous. You know what, let me go ahead and swatch these just so you guys can kind of see if we can get that shift in a swatch. So you can see right there, these are a little bit glittery too. Right there, you have a blue shift and then a pink one. These are definitely more of a glitter highlighter. So if you're not somebody that likes a glitter highlighter, you might not like these, but I think it is so pretty. The other three are part of the Thaler Get That Glow collaboration or collection rather. This one is an Aspen Glow. Each one of these, all of her highlighters rather, have two shades in them. I think except for one, which is like a special edition highlighter. This one you have a deeper bronze and a lighter bronze. This one is in Hollywood Glow. This one's kind of more champagne, and then this one has a purple glow to it. I love the kimchi embossing. I just love her packaging altogether. I think it's so super cute. And then this last one is Saint Tropez Glow. Moving on to my e.l.f. highlighters. As you can see, I only have a few. I used to have more, but I've kind of slowly decluttered them over the last few years. This first one is one of their Halo Glow Beauty Wands. This is kind of newer to their collection. What is the shade? The shade is in Liquid Gold. The only thing that I don't like about these is that they don't screw down. You have to kind of push it up and then push it back down and the product kind of gets everywhere. This is just a really bright, like yellowy gold. It is pretty. I'm not sure though if I'm going to keep it for the long run, but as I said, this is newer to my collection. I haven't used it long enough to really have developed an opinion on it yet, but that's that one. This one is one of my favorites in my collection. This is the Shimmer Highlighting Powder in Topaz Glow. This one just leaves the most beautiful kind of a natural bronzy glow to the skin. And then this last one, this is only one of two loose highlighters that I still have in my entire collection. This is from the Nabella Noir collaboration. The shade is in Neharika Glow. I think that's what that says. I very seldom use this, but it's still so pretty and so glowy. So yeah, I'm hanging on to that. Everything else is just kind of random. I only have like one or two from the brand, so we're just going to kind of work through those. These two are from Odin's Eye. These are, what are these called? The Sunbeam Moonlight Fill Highlighters. This first one is Moon Talk. This one has a green shift to it. Green, kind of purple. You can actually see that right there. So pretty. This one is Warm Sunshine. This is just kind of like your basic kind of a champagne golden glow. It does have a slight shift, but not as much as the other one. This one is from Pipple. I got this one off of Temu. Does it have a shade name? It just says number 1. This one is extremely glittery. Let me go ahead and swatch. I mean, it feels pretty, and you can see it's got a pretty little shine to it, but I'm not really a huge fan of like super glittery highlighters. I think this one I am going to declutter. I'm just going to go ahead and give that one to my daughter. It's pretty, but yeah, I'm not a huge fan of glittery highlighters like this. This one was part of the Disney Revolution collection. They did a whole series of the Disney princesses. This is Little Mermaid, obviously. This one is called Oh, I thought it had like a particular name to it. I guess it doesn't. But these are made to look like books. This one I'm going to pull and put into my archive. Actually, See the Possibilities, that's the name. This one doesn't have much of a glow or anything to it. It's pretty bland. I mainly got it, for collecting purposes. So we're going to pull this out the drawer, save some space, and put this in my archive. This next one, it is the only highlighter that I have from House Labs. This was part of the original collection, the original formula when it was on Amazon, but it's still beautiful. The shade is in Luce de Sol. This is the Tutti Gel highlighter. So freaking pretty. I haven't had a chance to use one from the newer formulations yet, but this one is still pretty. It's still glowy. I'm loving it. So yeah, hanging on to it. I have one from Alamar. I think this is the only one that I have from Alamar. This is part of the Encanto collaboration. This is called Flex Alert. This one has a really gorgeous like yellow to gold to pink shift. Let me see if we can get that in a swatch. This is the only highlighter I currently have from Alamar, but I do want to try some more. Yeah, you can see it there, kind of a pink to gold. It is so beautiful on the skin. Please forgive me if this setup is looking a little bit clunky. It's the first time that I've ever done it this way, but I thought it would be better, like I mentioned in the very beginning of the video, for you guys to be able to see everything a little bit clearer, embossing, shades, all that, swatches. I'm starting to lose a little bit of the natural light here. Let me know what you guys think of the setup, and if you like it, then we can continue to do it this way. This next one is one of the Sunflecked powder highlighters from BH Cosmetics. This is one of the newer formulas to their collections. This have a shade Cali Summer. This one is like super shiny on the cheeks. My one highlighter from Be Perfect. This is one of the Polar Vortex highlighters in Ice Queen. This is so freaking super shiny and wet looking on the cheeks. Moving right along, these are from Alani. These are the Ludicrous highlights. Oh my God, they're so freaking pretty. Like I said, I'm not into a super glittery highlighter or anything, but the shifts in these were a really good dupe for the Jeffree Star Supreme highlights. You remember back in the day when Jeffree Star was like really big and everybody wanted those Supreme highlighters? I mean, look at that. Hopefully you can see that. That shade is in Pinkaroo, by the way. And then this one is in Peach Ella. This one has kind of a, if I'm remembering correctly, a peachy coral kind of a shift to it. Could be wrong. Yep, there it is. Kind of a gold to peach shift. These are freaking stunning. I consider these my special highlighters. I use these for special occasions. Then we have my one Glam Light highlighter in Mimosa. This is part of their cocktail collection. Very bright gold highlight, yellowy gold, very pretty. I have one of the Glow Tape highlighters from Tarte. Tarte was also one of the brands that decided to launch the wand face products. I think it was Charlotte Tilbury that launched them first, and everybody else was trying to dupe them. This shade is this is the Double Duty Beauty. Where's the shade? Golden Glow. This one is pretty much the same shade, very similar to the one from e.l.f. But I like this one more because it actually, like, you can see how it twists up and down. So this one is a lot less messy. My Attitude Adjuster Drops from Ardell. This is another one that I have from Tarte. It's one of the Shape Tape Glow Wands. The shade is in a light. This was a free gift with purchase. I think it was an Ulta purchase or something like that, but it is really pretty. This one is my Revolution Grinch highlight. This came out of the Advent calendar. Does it have a shade name? Oh, it just says highlighter. This one is really cute. It has the embossing of the Grinch in it, and it's a really pretty, like, soft champagne gold highlighter. Just gives you a natural glow to the skin. Very pretty. I'm trying to speed through these before I lose my natural light. These two are the only ones that I have left from 65 Roses Cosmetics. 65 Roses Cosmetics was an indie brand that a friend of mine had started, and she only did it for a couple months and decided she didn't want to do it anymore. I since decluttered all the rest. These two are the only ones that I still have. Rose and Phil and Fritzy. Rose is kind of a reddish, if I remember correctly. Yes, reddish glow, and this is so freaking pretty on the skin. Still creamy. Look at that. I mean, stunning. Phil and Fritzy, this one will be kicking around until it finally dies out. This one has a gorgeous, like, blue-green shift. Still creamy. All the other ones dried out. That's the reason why they're no longer in my collection. But oh my God, can you see that? And she was so good at making these highlighters, but she said that they took a lot of work. It just kind of wasn't worth doing it anymore. Kind of wish she was still doing them because they're really pretty. But yeah, these are the only two that I have left. We have my only highlighter from Profusion. This is part of, oh, it's the Halloween collection, but this is the Candlelight Ritual. The shade is in Flare. These are a lot like the Super Shock formulas. It's really, really pretty. This one I have been hanging on to for dear life. I still love it. I've considered many times decluttering it. This is the Mary Luminizer from the Balm, but it's still pretty. Doesn't take up much space. Still gives me a natural glow. Formula still performs, so we're gonna keep it kicking around. This one is the newest one to my collection. This is from Beauty Bay. It's one of their powder highlighters in Aura. This one has a really pretty gradient from like light gold to deeper gold, and then you have kind of a sunset red orange shade in the middle, and then a super bright on the bottom. It's not my favorite highlighter formula. I do find it to be a little textury, but like I said, it is the newest one to my collection, so I definitely want to use it more before I form those final thoughts. We are down to my last four. This one is from Fenty Beauty. This is one of the Kilowatt highlighters in Girl Next Door and Chic Freak. I don't use this one very often, but it does have a pink and peachy glow to it. So whenever I'm doing looks like that, this is perfect for that. This last one is also from Alani. This one is technically a blush highlight hybrid. It's one of the Cheek Kisses, and this was from the, oh my God, hold on a second, Luminoso collection. The tip on this one gets kind of messy too, but it is really pretty. I just use this one as a highlighter. I don't even attempt to use it as a blush on me. You really can't see anything but the glow, but it's pretty. And you can see that right there. I thought I only had four left, but there were a couple more that I was missing. I had to figure out what I did with them. But I have two from Juvia's Place. This one, which is one of their loose highlighters. And then this one is one of their press highlighters. This is the Tribe Volume 2. This is one of two loose highlighters that I still left. The other one is the e.l.f. that I showed you. This one is the Royalty by Juvia's Place. The shade is in, oh, just the Royalty 2. That's all it is. This is a very pretty light golden glow. And then once again, this one is the Tribe Highlighter Volume 2. This is kind of a medium shade. So this gives you a really pretty medium bronzy glow. Love this one. This is perfect for the summertime. This one is from LYS. This is one of the Aim High pressed highlighters in Brave. Very pretty. This last one is from I Love Revolution. It is the Tasty Peach. I believe this is supposed to be duping something from Too Faced. Super, super pretty. You have more of a golden bronze here, and this one is more of a peachy glow. Smells like peaches too. I hate that the packaging is so clunky, but it is super, super pretty. And that's it. That is the last highlighter in my collection. Let's go ahead and reorganize everything, and then we'll close out the video. And I am really liking the way that everything is looking. You may have noticed that I did go on ahead and pull all of the villains and Disney highlighters to put in my archive. I realize that while I do use them, I don't use them nearly enough to take room up in the drawers. So if I do pull any of those, like for a Shop My Stash to use, I'll let you guys know, and I'll just I'll have them up here and I'll show you those if I do end up using them. I also pulled the big old one from Hocus Pocus, because that one I really never use. That's really just me, like a special occasion Halloween highlighter. So I pulled that one out of here too, because that one takes up a lot of space, but everything is looking a lot better. We have all powder highlighters up here. On the bottom, we have all liquids and creams, and as you can see, we have more space here to grow. And then my bronzes over here, these are all powders, and then these are all liquid and cream. So I am really liking the way highlighter drawers are looking. Let's go on ahead and close out this video. That is going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to give the video a thumbs up. It really does help with the channel. If you're new to the channel, you're not already subscribed, I would love it if you would consider joining my little family and hitting subscribe. Make sure you tap the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. And you can also follow me on my other socials. I'm on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. Be safe, Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.